Scott, you're on the Glenn Beck program.
Hey, Glenn, how you doing? Thank you for
Good.
taking my call.
You bet.
Hey, Glenn, thank you for shining the light on what happened up here in South Dakota. It was absolutely devastating, that blizzard.
Okay, now hang on. I just talked to a guy an hour ago who said it wasn't that bad.
He's up in the hills. He's not a rancher. Up in the hills, you got all the pine trees. The ranches are out on the prairie. We're on the prairie. That's where the ranches are. That's where the ranches are.
So what?
And the hills are just the people that live in the hills. They're just hills people. They just have houses up there. They don't ranch up there. So what happened out here, it was akin to having a hurricane that just stalled out on the East Coast for 36 hours and dumped 3 feet of snow. That's what it was akin to, and that's what happened to us.
So, how can we help? We have been trying to get a hold of, and I haven't heard an update over the weekend. I'm sure this is probably already taken care of, but I know that the cows are taken care of through insurance, et cetera, et cetera. But what is it that you need, and how can we help?
Well, we're all right on our ranch. I got everything dug out the next day on this particular ranch. I got 2 ranches. The other ranch I was there yesterday. I still can't find half my cows. I'm short 150 head of cows over there. They're just gone. I can't find them. A lot of the ranches over there suffered anywhere from 50 to 80% loss on their cattle. Over in southeast of Rapid City, about 12, 15 miles, that's where the big devastation was. Along this east of Rapid up towards Union Center, they suffered tremendous loss up there, too. I'm an established rancher. I have insurance. I'm all right. I take care of myself, and I take care of my neighbors. The ones I'm worried about are these young, up-and-coming kids that just got married. I got a neighbor. He just got married 3 years ago, has a wife and 2 kids, and he lost pretty much all of his herd. Those are the ones I'm worried about. Try to reach out to the young ones. Us established guys, we have insurance. We're all right. We do our own stuff. We don't want the government help. The very next day, I was digging out the very next day. I got all my cattle back. I got my fences fixed, and I've been going at it for about a week straight, and I'm still going at it. I got to try to find the other half of that herd on the other ranch right now. I'm going to go do that here as soon as it quits raining. It was devastating. It was devastating up here. The thing that gets me, Glenn, if this would have happened on the East Coast, a hurricane on the East Coast like this, the news media would have been all over it. It'd be front page news. Obama would be out there doing photo ops. But it happens out here in cattle country, red state country, and they just totally ignore us. We don't want any help from the government. What we want is just recognition that we're the ones that raise the beef that goes on the table when those elitists in the media, when they sit down at their fancy restaurant to order a steak, they think that steak comes from the kitchen. It doesn't come from the kitchen. It comes from out here. We're the ones that raise it. We're the ones that pay the taxes so Obama can give more food stamps to these bums that don't work. We're the ones that pay the taxes that allow that to happen. We're the ones that raise the food. We're the ones that feed the country. And they just absolutely ignore us out here. They think we're a bunch of hicks. We're not. We're not hicks. We're very intelligent people. We're very hardworking. It's a lifestyle we're born into. We do it because we love to do it, and that's what we do. But if I was to say help somebody, help the young ones. Help the young ones that are just trying to get started. Help them somehow. Glenn, try to reach out to the young ones. But what you can do, Glenn, keep doing what you're doing, and that is bring attention to this. This is devastating out here, Glenn. If you had any way to fly up here or send somebody up here, we could show you around. Yesterday, when I went to try to find my cows on another ranch, I was going probably 10 miles over hill, and it just looked like a string of dead cattle, just as far as you could see. These cows are just being chased by the wind, and there'd just be one after another dead. And they'd be dead in the most eerie ways. They just make it so far, and they just fell down. That was it. That's as far as they made it. It was just eerie. I will tell you, I want you to hold on, because I know Mercury One is going to be sending some people up. I don't know what their plans are, and I know that I've asked them to reach out to the ranchers and to reach out to the Indian reservations as well and find out exactly how we can help. And so I'd like you to hold on, and hopefully somebody will be in touch. Pass that on to Joe, and hopefully he'll be in touch with you, and we'll continue to keep you in our prayers. And by the way, if you would like to donate to Mercury One is one of the only emergency aid funds that I know of that 100% of the proceeds go to the victims and the aid. There is a general fund, and that does things like preserve history, et cetera, also pays for its expenses. I raise money on the summers. This is what we have been raising money when I do like the Man in the Moon. That raises money. That keeps the Mercury One doors open. And so we pay for all of that through special work that I do. But when I ask you for money and say, hey, can you help these ranchers out? Can you help the flood victims out? Can you help whoever? Every dollar you donate, if you put it into the disaster relief fund, every single dollar, 100% goes to victims of disaster. And I don't know if this one has been singled out or not, but
usually we single them out. So, you know, I want my money to go to this particular disaster. But please donate. 100% of the funds go to this disaster relief. And you can find that at mercury1.org.